All right, it's your boy. All right, here's what's going on. If you didn't know, pro-Trump supporters, domestic terrorists, whatever you want to call them, are currently storming the Capitol building. There are guns trained on the door. The House members are using furniture and XYZ to blockade the doors, and they are currently breaking windows in. As soon as I can get everything up and running, I will show you what's going on. But pull up any tab, any news source, and you can watch it as a live stream. They are currently rushing out the House members right now. They're wearing gas masks. They are just trying to evacuate everybody ASAP. It is not pretty. Like these, I don't even know what to say. I'm gonna say it, and whoever gets butt hurt. These these high key domestic terrorists, because that's exactly what they are at this point, are storming a House of Congress to try to keep Trump in power. We have not seen this in the U.S. since the Civil War, legitly since the Civil War. And hell, they didn't have the cojones to storm it then. Um, to run back what's been happening before I got online, there's been gunfire raining down into the Capitol building, like actual gunfire raining down into the Capitol building. Yeah. There's also the mayor and Nancy Pelosi have called for the National Guard to deploy to handle this problem. And last report I got was the National Guard said no, we cannot come to the U.S. Capitol. Don't know why. They didn't really give an explanation. They just said no. Uh, I'm reporting as you're reporting. This is just crazy. I don't actually know what's going on anymore. Give me 1 second. Trying to catch up. All right. So, don't know about you, but this lays at the feet of one individual, Donald J. No, let me. I won't even say that, but that's going to be a lie. This lays at the feet of a few individuals, all behind one individual. Ted Cruz, Matt Gaetz, all of them. This this entire fuckery is their fault. Like the reason why we high key, when you say high key, we definitely have a coup going on in the houses of Congress. Currently, just the House, not the Senate. It's because of them riling people up and making people feel like they have no other choice but to run roughshod on the actual Capitol building to get heard. These preponderances of a fake election has led to this point because you have undermined the faith these people had in the system. It wasn't a good system. Hell, it wasn't a good system, but it was the system we had, and it mostly worked. But once you take the legs out under that, there's nothing for them to stand on. So when people feel like they're back into a corner, they lash out. This is them lashing out because they have been fed copious and copious amounts of bullshit. These people are brainwashed because they've lost hope. And when you lose hope, you start believing the craziness because there's nothing else to believe in. You start believing the far out stuff, the QAnon stuff, however you want to believe it. You start believing that because that's all you have to believe because you don't believe in anything else. Ooh. Like Twitter is blowing up right now from just the Congress people, just the Congress people tweeting out, uh, um, like they are guns drawn while they're trying to break through the windows of the Capitol chamber right now. There are federal agents with guns drawn on these people. It's just wow. It is uncool. It is rough right now, people. This is absolute unadulterated mayhem right now. Uh, like I'm not a one to grandstand or anything else like, but this is sedition. This is high key sedition, and I don't think Trump, when he made this base, knew what he was getting into. But we show here now, like there's shots of people literally repelling because the Senate, the House usually has multiple floors that all coalesce down into the main chamber. There are people jumping down from the second floors onto the floor of the House. It is it is like something you see in White House down. Like hop on Gettysburg images, and I just don't know. Like they for all intent and purposes, they now have control of the House building. And if you know anything about the layout, the House is here and the Senate here, and they're only separated by a thin hallway. The members in the House, as of looking at the reporting, are still in the House. They are barricaded in the House, and nobody's tried to break into there yet. I mean, I'm sorry, the Senate. Nobody's tried to break into the Senate yet. Oh my God, I didn't think I would see this in my day age. Like I am 29 years old, and I thought this kind of crazy stuff is only something that grandparents tell their kids. Oh my God. Give me one second. I'm trying to catch up with y'all. This is crazy. All right. To run it back until I get some more information. Um, this all started because today is the certification of Joe Biden becoming the U.S. president, number 46. That happened today. They were all in there giving their yays and nays and everything else, and then it came down to Mike Pence to certify it. Say, it's done. It is what it is. What is written is what written. And he said, I'm paraphrasing. I have to stand with the Constitution and the American people, not the president. Again, I'm paraphrasing. And then 20, 30 minutes after that, once that hit news circulation, Trump started blasting Pence. And then these people started storming the Capitol building. It went one, two, three, quick succession. Holy God Almighty. All right, according to NBC, we have our first person being shot. So uh, that's what we got going on right now. We have our first person shot. Yeah, that is according to NBC. We have our first person shot for trying to, or for breaching. And they ain't even trying to. They're in. They're in, and they're going for it. I don't know what was their idea. Like they're walking around with signs. They have like capes that say Trump. Like if you didn't know who they were rocking for, you definitely can look at their attire and definitely know what's going on. All right, so they have apparently they are trying to deploy tear gas to try to get a handle on the situation. All right, so every major news source that is currently going on right now is is reporting on this, and they're all in agreement. These are Trump supporters who are stormed the Capitol building. Like, oh my God! All right, so back to this. If if this doesn't make the Congress kick out those incoming members or those current members who not wanted this, but kept peddling that false information of voter fraud, voter suppression, only in the states that Trump lost. If this doesn't make them lose their seats, because it does have a precedent. Back after the Civil War, when Lincoln was president, they ejected members of Congress for supporting leaving the Union. So this does have a precedent, and I think that precedent might be time to be used again. Because if you can swing over to the NBC News YouTube or like pull up both ones, you will see there are hundreds of protesters are just pouring into the Capitol building. They look like ants just pouring in to the Capitol building. And this all the blood or bloodshed that is coming or will come is on certain Republicans. I can't say the Republican Party because the Republican Party basically has two factions now: Trump Republicans and regular Republicans. And this lays at the feet of those Trump Republicans because right now people are literally getting shot and arrested and beaten and gassed to try to get a hold of the situation, but literally they're outnumbered. There's a couple thousand people out there just walking through the Capitol building. If Even if every police officer in DC, from your detectives to your investigators to your meter maids, came out in force, they would still be outnumbered. And like, as I wish you could see this, they're literally sitting and posted up on the steps and just waving Trump flags. And now Trump's tweeting. He's saying, "I'm asking for everyone in the U.S. Capitol to remain peaceful, no violence. Remember, we are the party of law and order. My ass. Respect the law, and our great men and women in blue. Thank you." Like, this is your fault. Don't try to placate these people now that you don't rile them up. That you don't kick the hornet nest. Give me 1 second. Twitter is doing. All right, so we got some SWAT level people coming through, and they have some people prostrated on the ground. I don't know if they shot any of those, but like SWAT seems to be on the ground at the Capitol building, attempting to get a handle on it. That's what we seem to be getting right now. Oh, whoa. All right. All right, so apparently they are hardcore in there. They are deep in there. So they're sitting at people's desk, and they're not harming the reporters. Reporters are just there taking pictures and such. So they have reporters in there taking pictures of all the craziness. There are Trump supporters in all their Trump attire, literally sitting in the offices of the House members, just kicking back and relaxing. Like, this is and now they have officially evacuated the Senate as well. So the House and the Senate are gone. The the entirety of the Capitol building, from the House and the Senate, is empty. I do not say this lightly, but even though Trump has the more or less a week and 2 weeks left, we need to yeet him out. Like, 25th Amendment on deck, because this does not make any sense. Like, this is literally the culmination of all of his craziness come to pass. I don't know what to say about what's going on, but this is crazy. This is legit craziness. We're just waiting on somebody to say something. Uh, uh, waiting on somebody to say something to get a general general acknowledgement of what's going on in the world right about now. Mhm. Mhm. Man, as soon as more information comes up, I'll let y'all know. But right now, they currently have control of the House building. I can only hope to suggest that the Senate and not the Senate, that the Supreme Court and every other building around them has also been evacuated. That is usually standard operating procedure. But for right now, it's just going on and on. And like I said, these are armed people storming the White House. They have their own firearms. These aren't just random people. These are armed protesters. Mhm. All right. This is legit craziness. Like I know I keep saying that, but this is mind-boggling. This is something you see on like National Geographic as mhm. Like this is something you see on National Geographic in like a documentary of like high key Venezuela or some craziness. Right now we have ri- right now we have um getting we got a tweet from a Republican right now. He's like shoot the protesters, waive the rules, impeach, waive the rules, convict, waive the rules, deny the ability to run for election again. I agree with Eric Harrison because this makes no sense. And then Ted Cruz said a few about 20 minutes ago, they're storming the storming of the Capitol need to stop now. The constitutional the Constitution protects peaceful protest, but violence from the left or the right is always wrong. And those engaged in violence are hurting the cause they said to support. You rep this support. And oh my, this is getting rough. Like whew, I don't even know what is going on with these people anymore. But this needs to stop. And again, this not to be contrary or anything else. This is Trump's fault. This is Trump's people's fault. And Eric Erickson is a Republican, and he's calling to impeach Trump. Like, can't get any more clear. Like, this is a clear and unabated thing at sedition to a coup, a slightly successful coup at this point. Even if nothing political comes out of it, it's successful. They successfully stormed the Capitol building, and our military, our National Guard, is sitting on their hands. Like literally, they said we will not come. This is this is shocking. Uh, and again, whoever dies, whoever gets hurt, whoever loses their businesses or their property, this this is laying at the feet of those Trump Republicans, those Trump senators and House members who kept peddling this misinformation, this disinformation. This is laid at their feet, and that's all there's going to be. Like all of this is their hands coming to roost, and we all have to deal with it. Uh, the Department of Defense, again, is still sitting on their hands. Like they're just not doing anything. Yeah, like this is like the only people standing between these protesters and complete and utter letting them run roughshod is the DC police. And again, there isn't that many of them. Like again, we need to impeach this man. He needs to not have another day in office, and then take Pence and Betsy DeVos and anybody else but him. As much as I do not like Nancy Pelosi, Let her attempt to run the country for 2 weeks. Hell, let the Kool-Aid man run the country for 2 weeks. Let that happen and get this man out of here. Because then this is his hens coming home to roost. And it is not a pretty sight. All right. We got a report from Igor Bobek. Several people got into the scaffolding outside the state house, took to the second floor, and looked like the area where Mitch McConnell's office is located, started banging on windows. So so they literally scaled the building like Batman style and took to the second floor and started popping in through windows, Mission Impossible style. How does this happen? Like, how does this actually happen? We got people doing Call of Duty raids on the Capitol building right now. All right, so we got another report. We don't know if it's the same woman. We don't know if it's the same person who was shot before. But we have theoretically another person shot who is in critical condition, who was shot on the grounds, who was shot on the Capitol grounds. So we either have the same person and we're just getting an update on her, or we have two people now who have been shot. One of them is in critical condition. All right, so even the like the two parties of Republicans, the two dichotomies of Republicans are at each other's throat right now. Report from Mitt Romney yelling at Ted Cruz because this is Ted Cruz baby too. Right? Said it before. This is Ted Cruz's baby too. Um, he basically said, "Is this what you wanted? Now you got it." Mitt Romney said to Ted Cruz, "If this is what you wanted, now you got it." And the thing is, he's 100% right. This is exactly what Ted Cruz just kept throwing the fire on. This he may not have thought it was going to pop off like this, but this is exactly what you put in motion. This is exactly what Ted Cruz, Matt Gaetz, and everybody else put into motion. And now here it is. It's happening. It's popping off. And we just gotta watch the fireworks and hope that we can get some sense of control back. I do not. I don't like saying this, but this might be the actual end of the Republican Party again, because at least for the foreseeable future, the Republican Party, in my opinion, cannot recover from a coup attempt, from a legit, dead to rights, nationally televised coup attempt. At this point, probably internationally televised coup attempt. I do not think they can recover from this. And even if they can, they're going to have to do a wholesale reboot of what the Republican Party is. Because of what they've been doing before, if they have any hope of still having a modicum of power after all this settles down, they're going to have to completely and utterly disavow and disassociate from Donald Trump. There is no other way that they can survive without doing that. And hell, even that might not be enough. Oh, holy shit! All right, so new update. We have the Confederate flag flying. Uh, we have the Confederate flag flying outside of the Senate chambers. Oh, and in addition to Nazi flags, they got the whole full Monty. We got Trump flags, Nazi flags, and Confederate flags are currently flying at the Capitol building. Like it's a full 3 card Monty in here. I don't know. Wow, Never in my life, never in my 28 years did I think I would see today. This is outrageous. Like, geez Louise. I know I've been cussing, but geez Louise. Oh my God Almighty. All right, so a little preface of why this crowd is here. Trump was supposed to have a rally after the certification anyway. So that's why these people are in. These people were getting literally bussed in from other parts of the country. Don't know who was paying for the buses. I'm not going to get into that, floofy conspiracy theory stuff. I'm just going to stick to the facts. These Trump supporters were getting bussed in from other places to come to this rally. They were getting bussed in to come to this rally. And the day before, like yesterday, the Proud Boys are there, marching, protesting, however you want to do it, and their leader got arrested. And this is not a nice dude. Like, he is a violence inciting motherfucker. All right. Before I keep going that, all right, I believe we have a report coming through that the Virginia National Guard is supposed to come through and help. Not who we expected, but they need all the help they can get right now because they are literally outnumbered, probably 10 to 1. Because there's a couple thousand people there. This is ooh. I've never seen this in my entire life. Hopefully, I never have to see this. Hopefully, I never have to see this shit again in my entire life. But that's what we're working at right now. All right. So getting back to the story of the Proud Boys. So their leader was arrested yesterday, and this man is known for inciting violence and everything else. So he got arrested yesterday. So his people were already there. Last night, I didn't even get a chance to put this video up before this happened. Last night, a little bit before dusk in DC, they started fighting, like legit throwing hands with the DC police last night. So you got the already riled up Proud Boys who are already on the Capitol grounds, the House grounds. Then you got all these other Trump peoples coming in, and I'm not gonna say all Trump people, but these apparently, a lot of them came. And then once they got, impassioned by this other group or however you want to look at it, they're like, all right, time to bust up in the Capitol building. Oh my God. This is ooh. All right. Sweet God Almighty. Oh, I don't even know what to do anymore, people. All right. If you give me, I'm about to hop off of here for a little bit. I'm gonna see can I get the screen going so I can show you what I'm looking at. I'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes, y'all.